Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mario Pedro Gould, and you are now tuned into the Alpha Success Television Network. On this beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen, I am inspired to bring you an empowering message of turning your desires into intentions. Turning your desires into intentions. It seems, ladies and gentlemen, like a very, very simplistic discussion. But I have observed in the outside world there is a significant gap between theory and practice. What do you mean, Mario? Let us bring it right home to you. At the end of our conversation here today, I'd like to invite you to get a piece of paper and write down all the things that you say that you desire, all the things that you say that you want, all the things that you say that you need. I want you to put that sheet of paper in front of you and look at it. And you will observe a couple of things. Unless you're a rare individual, you'll observe that number one, you haven't achieved the things that you have said are very, very important to you. You've been wanting these things for an extended period of time, for a lot of years, but you haven't achieved them. They keep eluding you. And number two, what is even more scary than having not achieved them is that you will observe that you are not even on the road to the manifestation and the realization of your desires. This could be a very eye-opening time for you because you will have the question. If you're a critical thinker, you'll have the question, why is it that my idea of success keeps eluding me? And that brings us to this video here, and that is what I attempt to shed some light on, turning your desires into intentions. I believe wholeheartedly examples are always the greatest teachers. So allow me to use an example that I experienced today. So I go to the yoga studio, and I'm looking forward to seeing the yoga teacher. She's a lady that I know, and the last time I seen her, she said that she was going to New York. She was going to New Yiddy. She was going to New York, big city of dreams. And she had never been to New York, so she was very, very excited that she was going to New York. So when I went to see her today, she had come back from New York, and I haven't seen her for a few weeks. So I approached her and said, hey, how was New York? How was New York, you know? And you should have seen the light that came on, like just her radiance, her eyes. She just brightened up, and she had no words to describe the beauty of New York. And she used a very interesting word. She said, Mario, it's the energy. And I can actually see myself, I can actually see myself living in New York. And I thought, wow, that was a very interesting experience, this lady must have had. So I went through my yoga class, and as I was going through my yoga class, I had the question in my head as to if this lady has such a profound experience in New York, and she says that she can actually see herself living in New York. I'm going to ask her before I leave if she's going to live in New York. And the reason actually I wanted to ask her this question is I wanted to see if there's an alignment between her desires, in this case the desire to live in New York, and the actions that she's going to take from today henceforth to her moving to New York. So I finished the yoga class, and I take a shower and I'm walking out, and I walk up to her and I say, hey, I got a quick question for you before I go. Number one, can you tell me again specifically what it is about New York that resonated with you? And she shared with me it was the individuality, the uniqueness. In New York, you can just be anybody. That's what she said. So I asked her, you say that you can actually see yourself living in New York? And she said, yes, Mario, I can see myself living in New York. And then I asked her the most powerful question. And I want you to pay attention to this question because this question is going to shed some light in your own life as to why up until now maybe success has eluded you and you're not even on the road to your idea of success. Not anybody else's idea of success, your idea of success. The question that I asked her was a very critical question, and I asked her this. I said, will you move to New York? And I looked her dead in the eye. And she said, I don't know. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Ladies and gentlemen, you're an educated audience. Let me pose a question to you. Do you believe that this lady is going to end up living in New York? I will say that my opinion, just based on what I've observed in life, is that no, she will not end up living in New York. 10 years, 20 years are going to pass and she's going to dream of if she had moved to York. The reason being, ladies and gentlemen, is because her desire has not been turned into an intention. Let me give you an example of desire turning into intention. Myself, I have always had a very strong desire to live in South America, to live in Colombia for a few years. And after that, I have a very strong desire to live in the United States of America. I want to go and pursue further education. If you ask me, Mario, will you move to Colombia? Will you move to the US? I'm going to give you an affirmative, definitive answer. Yes, I intend to move to Colombia. I will move to Colombia at such and such a time, by such and such a time, and these are the amount of years I want to spend in Colombia. After that, I am going to move to the US and do this. What is the chances that I'm going to end up moving to Colombia? I'm going to end up to the US. The chances, ladies and gentlemen, are very high because my intention is set. It's not I do not know. Anything will happen. I have set the intention of what I am going to do. Therefore, all my actions are aligned towards that direction. So let us bring this home to you. Maybe you have a desire. Let us use different arenas in life. Maybe you have a desire to lose fat and gain muscle, become physically fit. If I ask you, will you lose fat and gain muscle in the next year? What is your answer? Anything will happen. If you say anything will happen, it's a good chance nothing will happen. But if you say, yes, Mario, this is my intention and this is what I'm going to do. Maybe you have a desire to find the woman of your dreams. You know what I'm saying? The perfect reflection of you in body, mind, and soul. If I ask you, will you find that person? And you say, oh, I'm going to live it to the universe. Chances are you will not find that person. If you ask me the same question, I'll say, yes, indeed. I have an intention to find the woman of my dreams. And to that extent, I am preparing myself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually to be the kind of man that can attract that person. And when I see them, I will approach them with courage, confidence, hope, and faith. And until then, I will exercise patience and sacrifice. Okay, this is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, how to turn your desires into intentions. And once you have intentions, then they eventually will result in the realization and manifestation of your dreams. I have observed very closely that majority of people spend a significant amount of time wishing, hoping, dreaming, which is only good for us. Just a little bit of that is good. Having a firm intention of what you're going to achieve in your life is the magic key, ladies and gentlemen, that spurs you, that motivates you to take the actions that you need to take to go towards whatever you have said is most important to you. So The overall objective of today's conversation was I wanted to really challenge you. I really wanted to challenge you to think about your life and the direction that your life has been going until you watch this video, and be honest with yourself and ask yourself, is it going the direction that you wanted it to go? Unless you're very conscious individual, chances are it's not going the direction you want it to go. So you have a good opportunity to do, maybe a small route change, and by making the route change, decide to make an intention to achieve your goals. And once you have made the intention to achieve your goals, just start doing one action every day towards what is most important to you, ladies and gentlemen. It is great to be back here. I haven't been over here for a few months. You never know when I'm going to come back, but until then, I leave you with the message of hope that it is possible for you to live your dreams. Arrivederci.